Welcome everyone to the first in our series of modules for the 2020 season. This one's going to focus on the official CFO/CCA mechanics for keys for crews of 7 and 8 officials. So we're going to go through some basic things, look at some formations, and then that'll be it for this one. But hope you enjoy. Let's first start with how we determine keys. And when we talk about keys, for the purposes of this slide, I'm only dealing with the H, L, F, S, and B. We'll talk briefly about referee, center judge, and umpire, but that's not really the focus of this presentation. So first we need to determine the strength of the formation. And this, again, relates only to those 5 officials I mentioned before. Specifically, when we're determining strength of formation, we need to count all of our eligible receivers outside the tackle box. Backs who are inside the tackle box always belong to either the head line judge or the line judge, and they are not considered when we're trying to determine strength of formation. If the formation is balanced, where there's either only 1 eligible on each side of the formation outside the tackle box, or there are 2 eligible receivers outside the formation, or outside the tackle box in a formation, the back judge, who is our kind of our swing official as it determines the strength, is the official will always consider strength to be to the line judge side. If we have a bunch or a stack formation, and we'll talk about those here in a little bit, all the involved officials should wait until their keys declare after the snap until they go with their man. So if we had, say, the widest 2 receivers on one side of the formation, and they were either stacked or 3 receivers bunched together, in that case, we would wait until those receivers clearly went into their routes and declared before we determined which receiver was which official's responsibility. For the side judge and field judge, this is pretty easy. They're always going to take the widest receiver in a formation, regardless of the type of formation. If the widest eligible outside the tackle box belongs to the side judge or field judge. Again, like I mentioned before, the back judge is kind of our swing official as it relates to determining keys. Either that official will take the second receiver on the strong side of the formation or the third receiver in trips. And we'll talk about that also in a minute. The line of scrimmage officials, the headline judge and the line judge, they'll take the second receiver on the weak side or the second receiver in trips. Again, if we have backs inside the tackle box, then that's where they're going, and not necessarily with a receiver on their side, unless, again, the strength of the formation dictates that they need to take a receiver who is outside the tackle box. Now we'll take a look at some formations, so hopefully this makes a little more sense. I will start here dealing with the referee, center judge, and umpire because their responsibilities primarily don't change. And again, this is just a very basic overview. The referee, who lines up on the right side of the formation, takes the right tackle and also keys on the quarterback. The center judge takes the left tackle, also has some responsibilities with the quarterback. If there is no center judge, this doesn't really change other than the center judge dropping out. The referee may swing which tackle they pick up first based upon the strength of the formation, because on the weak side of the formation, the line of scrimmage official with the weak side could sometimes pick up a tackle. The referee would have to pick up the other tackle. Umpire is responsible for guard, center, guard initially at the snap. Again, not going to deal anymore with those 3 officials. We're really dealing with the other 5. So in this formation, you can see that the side judge and the field judge have a clear widest receiver in the formation. That's where they're going. The back judge here, see the tight end on the top of the screen. There's the only second eligible on either side outside the formation, because the other two eligible receivers are backs. They're both inside the tackle box, so they belong to the headline judge and the line judge respectively. Another formation with 2 backs, this time the tight ends on the headline judge side, which is very similar to the last formation. Again, F and S will take the widest receiver. The back judge will take the only second receiver in this case, and again, H and L will take backs. Even though this is their initial key, if a back were to cross the formation and release into one of the others flat, that's where the focus would go as we move into zone coverage. In this formation, you can see that the tight end is on the line judge's side. Again, no change for S and F. Back judge will pick up that tight end to the line judge side, and again, the line of scrimmage officials will pick up backs. In a double tight set, now we're dealing with balanced formations because we have 2 eligible receivers outside the tackle box to each side. Again, no change for S and F. They're going to take the wide flankers on each side of the formation. The back judge is going to declare strength to the line judge's side, which means that the headline judge is going to have to pick up that other tight end, which means that the line judge will pick up the back. So you can see here, again, we have a balanced formation because we're in double tight. And because we're in double tight, we declare strength to the line judge side. So the headline judge has to pick up that tight end on the other side of the formation. Here we have a double-double. Again, we consider double-double because we have two receivers outside the tackle box on each side of the formation. Again, with the tight end, the headline judge. FNS, widest receiver. Back judge is going to take that flanker to the line judge side. Again, that's where strength will be declared. The headline judge will take the tight end, and the line judge is going to take that single back. Here we have a double-double with the tight end to the line judge's side. FNS again will take the widest receiver. The back judge is going to key on that tight end. The headline judge will take the flanker at the top of the screen, and the line judge will take this single back in the backfield. All right, now we're going to deal with trips. In this case, we have trips to the headline judge side. So the side and field, no change for them. Again, they're going to take the wide receiver. In this case, however, number 2 at the snap belongs to the line of scrimmage official, which in this case is the headline judge. Back judge takes 3, and then the line judge will take the single back in the backfield. Now, there are some times where we would switch our keys, and one of those times is, let's say the number 2 receiver who the headline judge is keying takes off down the field, and number 3 either stays in and blocks or runs directly route right at the headline judge. In that case, we would switch. But assuming all of these receivers run regular routes, these are our initial keys for this formation. Here we have trips to the line judge side, but with the added wrinkle that there's a tight end involved in the trips. Now this is new for 2021. When the trips includes a tight end, the initial responsibilities and keys change a little bit. So still, FNS are going to take the widest person on their side. The back judge is now going to take 2 to the tight end side, and the line judge is going to take the tight end. So this is obviously different than the slide on trips that we were just talking about, where the line of scrimmage official takes 2 and the back judge takes 3. If number 3 is the tight end, they belong to line of scrimmage official. And then here, obviously, the headline judge will be responsible for the single back. So this is the last slide here. We're going to talk about an initial double-double with some motions that change our formation into trips. So here, as usual, FNS will take the widest guy. The back judge will key on number 2 to the line judge side. The headline judge will be responsible for the slot receiver number 2 on their side, and the line judge is initially responsible for the single back in the tackle box. Now, when, let's say, in this case, number 2 at the bottom goes in motion. Well, as soon as they get into the tackle box, we have an initial switch where now we no longer have a double-double. Instead, we just have one receiver on the bottom of the screen. So that means we've got 2 backs in the tackle box. So that motion back is the responsibility of the headline judge, and the back judge shifts to 2. But as that player continues in motion and leaves the tackle box, now we've got trips at the top of the screen. So the headline judge will pick up 2, and the back judge will be responsible for number 3. So you can see how we went from an initial balance formation, double-double, back judge on the line judge side, as we motion to trips, how things change. I hope you got a lot out of that quick overview of keys and responsibilities at the snap. If you have questions, feel free to email nrsa@gmail.com. And I hope to build on this library going forward, but I hope you got something out of it. Let me know. Thanks.